Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
have it. I have it right here on my phone. It's a weed, lifting weights, Lexapro, and ISTIG.
Well, what's going on, guys? What's going on, nerd?
What up?
I've got someone special with us here today. He's a little bit of a local legend around here. If you are on Discord and he is not in your Discord and greets you every morning, you're not in the right Discords. So I'd officially like to introduce to everybody ISTIG, right? Am I saying it right?
ISTIG, you got it
All
right this
right.
time.
I
First
have I
episode.
I have
First
been
episode.
probably one of the worst offenders because I talk about you all the time, and I have spread the wrong name far too wide. So
It's
my
all good.
apologies, but we will get it right. And dude, I appreciate you coming on, man. Like this is fucking awesome. You're one of my you're my local grow me. I mean, we hang out. All the weed that
Yes,
I'm
we do.
smoking on as of lately has been from you. So um, what's going on, dude?
Well, just another day in the ISTIG world, so to
I hear
speak.
you.
Just starting the morning off with a fresh cup of coffee with a little bit of can of coconut oil in it. Um,
Yeah.
had my morning roll. Yeah, you know me, I gotta start it off strong.
Dude, nerd, I've actually got a couple left. But his edibles are definitely there's something to be careful with. They do the
Yeah, I
job, they
hear that.
taste great. He does a great job with them. But let me tell you, um, they're gonna put your dick in the dirt. And I don't know I don't know how he does every morning. It's impressive.
I've
I,
been doing it for
I
a long, long time.
I get fucked up on regular low strength edibles. It, it's pretty crazy. Like I don't know if I'm sensitive to it or something, but like I'll do edibles with people and they're like, "Oh yeah, I kind of feel good," and then I'm like white knuckling the couch.
That's what I
These
look
get
for. I just never get there.
so like
Oh
there's
yeah,
one of the
that's a good one.
ones with the it's got Nutella inside.
Correct.
Damn.
So it's one of the problem is it's so good. You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna take a quick bite, and then all of a sudden you're going back for it, and then that's that's it. You're in
That's it.
trouble. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck, what did I do an hour later?
Hour later, yeah, get a little sweaty, and you know you're on for the whole roller coaster ride.
Man, quite a tolerance you got there, dude. Quite
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, I
So
had to
is that
start making my own because nowhere I went to get them really did it for me. So that
okay?
kind of led me into one of these roads of doing my own thing.
Yeah. What what is your preferred method when making them for
Mm.
anything that you could share? Do you like using a certain type of oil or a certain type of this or that?
I
What's the
go back and
secret?
forth, really. I mean, it depends on what I'm trying to make with it. I'm gonna probably start trying out some grapeseed oil and going into
Okay.
like more of a topical style to see how that goes. But right now, coconut oil really does it for me.
Okay.
It's smooth, it goes through, it doesn't mess you up too bad, or at least me.
Okay.
But that's really when I'm making like cereal treats. If I'm making anything baking wise, I try to use ghee,
Okay.
just because it just bakes better.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
We're,
but yeah,
we're
it's
gonna have
just
to edible class by Iztig.
I'm down, definitely down sometime.
Let's get to know Iztig a little bit. So we know that
Mm,
you're an organic grower. You're using soil makers. Where did
yep.
you start? What ended up getting you involved with cannabis, and then walk us into the first time you started growing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been around it since a teenager, like most of us. Started it off for recreational and kind
Yeah,
of realized later on that it was doing a lot more than that. And it was kind of keeping me straight, not
yeah,
wanting
yeah.
to kind of drift off course.
It's
So
yeah.
yeah, that I mean that kind of was when it started. Now
Okay.
jumping up to maybe in my early 20s was my first real time trying to grow, and it was like one of those set up what is it called? Like a box inside of a dresser and like make it all discreet so nobody knows.
Okay, so you went like real low tech, like old
Yeah,
school,
real
like
low
trying to
tech,
hide. Yeah, yeah,
being in like an area and it not being really cool and loud. So kind
yeah.
of keeping it discreet, and just did it once or twice and it wasn't really working out back then. So I went back to like the normal hustle and bustle and getting it how I had to. And
Sure.
fast forward to like nowadays, maybe about 3 years ago now, I believe it was when I first started again.
Okay.
And it was more or less again, dispos started coming around. I didn't like what I was getting, wasting a lot of money for stuff that just didn't do it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I got some bag seeds that I think I'm gonna give it a shot at, and threw them in the soil, and all of them popped. All of them were female. Was a little bit
Really.
overwhelmed at first, and next thing you know, I
So,
got 3 tenths.
have you always been organic, or did you kind of start with something and then transfer over
I
to?
started with the Fox Farms, like a lot of people.
Yep.
It was the quick go online, find something that works.
Yeah.
Mixed
Absolutely.
it with a little bit of the was it Ocean Blend, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. Fox Farm stuff.
Yeah, yeah, there was two of them. It was a Coast of Maine Ocean Blend, I believe was
Okay.
the other one, and kind of blended it so like I started to learn really quick about soil being too hot and making it adjusters for like the long run to get through your whole grow, and that kind of got me
Yeah.
into it. And the first grow was great, but I kind of felt like I could taste things still that weren't natural, and that
Okay.
kind of led me into looking to more organic stuff. And I opened up a wormhole, and now I put worms and holes in my soil.
That's awesome, man. And you're a larger container, right? You excuse me.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
typically larger. I run in a 10-gallon living soil pots that I had most of them custom made from grassroots out in California.
Yeah, we
I
actually
hit
got
them
to
up
meet
through an
them there as
email.
well, right?
Yes, yes, yeah. That was also another one of my fanboy moments.
Yeah, yeah, it was awesome, man. Yeah, I think you'd gotten a couple pots, or there was some other stuff like sleeves that they had. So
Yeah, he
it was
hooked me
really
up with
cool. They
some
seem cool.
sleeves, and he hooked me up with some new like organic feed to try, which
Oh
I
no
still
shit.
haven't gotten to. It's supposed to be through the Bloom Point, and it's their own product. I'm hoping to get it into one of the next grows.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, yeah. So
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
10 gallons, living soil. I do a little bit of a mix in it to blend in my own stuff.
And you
Um,
no till them, right? We're doing no
yeah,
till
no
and all that.
till. I take off maybe the first couple of inches after each grow, and
Okay.
just kind of get something fresh over there because otherwise the pot's gonna overflow eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, just
It's
start fresh.
okay. All right.
Most of my
Well, hell
stuff
yeah.
is on 4 or 5 runs right now. Still the same soil. I've only amended it once, and I learned my lesson about that because I burned a lot of seeds trying to grow back in it because I didn't give it enough time to cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
No, I love
but
it. And what is your preferred right now? I mean, I know you grow autos and photos, and what,
it's a torn love relationship. I like them both. I like the
yeah,
way that my autos can turn over, and how quickly I can get so many varieties to check out. And
yeah.
I just like the length of the photos and to really like watch it go through its full expressions.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
So
I haven't put my big boy pants on quite yet to get into that photo world. I mean, I grew one, but it wasn't from seed. So
right,
one of these
we
days, I'll
gotta
come
get you
to.
set up with a little spot where you can do your light settings away from your beautiful giant grow.
I know. Dude, it's a terrible thing, man, because I look at that room, and then I get from the wife, and it's like you've got your space. I'm like, well, but I could have a little space over here too. And it's one of those things, man. Like, if I didn't have her, I'd be filling rooms with tents, and I'd probably be fucking burning the house down because overtaxing the electrical system. But so speaking of tents, what size tents are you running, and what's your normal like? What do you got going on? What do you got going
Yeah,
on
I
in the
got
tents today?
today. Let's see. We'll start off with the first part. I run a 5x5 for my autos, where I also do the photos during their veg, and I transfer them over into a 4x4 tall gorilla tent, which is
Okay.
so I can let the photos stretch out to their maximum height.
Oh yeah,
Um,
you grow some monsters for sure. They get big.
yeah, I try. I try. The autos, man. I've I'm still trying to get that dialed in. I'm really new to those. A lot of those are staying short, but I have definitely gotten some taller varieties out of there.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, right now, I got the bonsai going. That's the smallest one I've ever grown. The Alabrije purple stellato.
Purple statter dial. It's a
Yeah.
tough one. It
Yes.
took me a
Uh,
it's a tough
yeah.
one.
I do the fill it in, and try to correct it every time. But
No, she's
yeah, I
looking
got
great,
that
man.
going. It's
She's
that
looking
was
great.
an awesome time
You're doing some exposing the roots and everything. You got a little thing underneath
for the
it.
dog statue in there. Yeah, yeah. I
That's
figured
awesome,
I'd
man.
instead of just putting one foot in, I'd put two and try to do the whole statue thing and reveal. And,
I love it, dude.
she's been fun.
That's awesome. I mean, technically, this isn't your smallest one, right? You had actually
Uh,
cloned
yes, I forgot
was
about
it
that. Yes,
Drowsy?
that was one of Drowsy Laboca's. Yeah, yes, that was just a piece I clipped off, and I was like, man, I just wonder if this would grow if I stuffed it in some soil. And sure
And it
enough, I
rooted.
mean, I put a little cup, did nothing special. It rooted within a week. I kind of gave it a little tug, and it tugged back, and I was like,
Hell
this is
yeah.
pretty interesting. So, if you're ever trying to trim them up and you decide you want to get a couple other ones going, you can
Just
definitely
grow
get
you
some extras.
just grow you some little bonsais of your
Yeah, some
autoflower
bonsai.
clippings.
Oh, oh.
Man, that would be kind of fun actually, just to grow like an autoflower out and then just take a bunch of clones and see how many you could grow just like
How
one
many take?
little nugs.
Yeah, one of those single runs. I bet you if you get it like good, you can actually get it to throw some arms out and get a couple extra branches. But that literally was just like, here you go, let's see what you can do on your own.
That's
And
cool, man.
didn't do much. Every now and then when I had some extra nutrients or whatever was in the bottle after spraying the others, I give it a little taste,
Oh yeah.
and she liked it. So I got those
Nice.
going. In my photo tent, I'm just finishing up a run from Rasta Jeff. It's pretty much all him in there right now. I
Okay.
got one of his testers, which is the tallest one in there, and it just smells of like rotten bananas and
Oh
lemon,
no
and
shit.
definitely going to be an interesting one.
Okay. All right.
I ran their Purple Heart, which was one of his limiteds that he did originally for just vets and people that have suffered from severe trauma, which
Yeah.
was one of the
Yeah.
reasons I got it was from having a couple of issues of my own. But
Okay.
waiting to
All
see
right.
how that's going to go. She's swelled up. Those are going to be beyond. It's some of the densest, stinkiest, darkest nugs I think I've run myself.
That's awesome. So it's a very I guess you would say more medical strain. It gives you a lot of those good
Definitely.
effects, kind of relaxing your body and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's supposed to be all over for that and just PTSD and
okay. Very nice.
like
Very nice.
across the board.
You are quite the collector. I know you
Yeah,
have all kinds of stuff, all kinds of
it
seeds,
just
all
happens. I'm bad at
I
that.
hear you. I hear you, man. You got it was funny. You guys were actually talking, and I remember in the Discord. I think over in Yag, um, there's that the breeder that does the whole game, the kind of like the cards and everything that you can
Oh yes,
collect.
yeah, yeah,
That
Soulfire.
that's quite a good. I hate to say like it's a scheme that he's got going, but man, like collecting cards and doing all that stuff because
It's
there's a lot of.
great.
I
It's
mean, obviously you could see there's a lot of people in the community that like that kind of stuff.
like I don't play the games. I've never really gotten into them, but I definitely that's a whole nother world itself. Thank God I'm not into it. But just collecting the cards themselves is wild, and they have bonus cards where you can win stuff. Like that's where a lot of my seeds came from. I've won probably like 6 like full bundles of his genetics along with random other ones. Along
No
this
kidding.
pack right here was a buy one get one card that came with it. Um,
Oh no
they
shit.
give you seeds in it. Each one comes with like a either a rare or a normal set of seeds.
Huh.
So it's kind of cool, yeah. You know, like 45, $50 depending on what they got going on. And you get a
Nice.
you get a little bag of cards that are like the old school baseball trading cards.
Hey man,
Well,
that
for
it's
me, it was
cool.
always Ninja Turtles and Garbage Pail Kids, but
There you go. I I never quite went down the path of collecting cards. I think being in the early '90s, right? Sure, I was around. Everybody was doing Pokemon, and I remember when like some of my friends got Magic, and like I was like, oh, let me see what it's about. And I get the cards, and I look at the cards, and I'm like, I've got to sit down and learn this now. And
right,
I was like, yep, that lost me. So I'd take him outside and I'd be throwing him around. Like when I made that joke about like, I would rather be outside, hitting things with sticks. That's all I was doing. Like my mom would have to be chasing me in to get
for
inside the
sure.
house at the end of the day. But that's too funny. But dude, this one thing I like about the cannabis community, and I notice obviously with like Alabrije, there's collectibles that are within it. So you're not just
Yes.
getting the seeds, but they're giving you something a little extra, and they put thought into it. And that's what I also really enjoy about that. So it's cool to
Oh, for
support
sure.
guys that are doing stuff like that.
No,
And
definitely. And you can tell the love.
and speaking of winning things, if I remember correctly, I think the drawing came out this morning over in Yag. There was a respin, and then you ended up winning. So you just
Yes,
won the ashtray, and it was
actually.
from out in the drop in LA. So they look awesome. I can't wait to see when you get it.
Sick.
And then I think a pack of seeds, right?
Yes, yes, a pack of the West Coast,
Oh yeah.
along with the one of the Mama Potter
Yep. One of
tags,
the plant markers. Yeah.
plant markers. Yes, yes.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I
Oh
woke
yeah.
up to that this morning. I was like all excited. I was like, all right, this morning's the day. I'm gonna get to hang out and BS with Grateful and Nerd. And then I came
And then that
downstairs and
happened.
I checked all that, and I'm like, well, it's even a better day. Like this
Dude.
is a start to a great rainy Saturday morning.
Yeah, this is your day, man.
Yeah, let's see how the rest of it goes. I'm gonna go get some lotto tickets.
There you go. I like it, man. Well, and it was funny because there's one thing that I wanted to bring up before I ended up forgetting, and I'm glad I'm not going to forget now. But we had recently gone to an event together where we went to go see Corey from Focus Seeds. He did
Focus, yes.
an auto class, and it was cool. So there's like this little area where it's like an old warehouse, and they've got rooms sectioned off, and it's cool because you can go there. They have different events. I didn't look into any of their other stuff, but this one they were hosting that, and you can smoke there. You can it's hanging out. We had got. I haven't touched anything in the bag yet, but we had gotten this cool little bag. They give you, of course, it's like THCA pre-rolls, and then you have gummy
Some
worms,
crazy
some
edibles, yeah.
gummy worms of unknown origin. There's no
Unknown
markings
origin,
on
no
it.
markings.
It's just random stuff in random bags.
Well, that
Um,
little cylinder of liquid, I'm like afraid of that. It's got like no writing, like no name. It's just a
yeah.
white little jar that's not sealed. But it's
So
still
like,
cool. I mean, I'm sure it's local people. They're just starting
I'm
off their thing.
sure.
So,
So like, like the little stuff you get
yes,
inside the
It's like a gumball
the little
equipment.
machine
pop
thing.
gumball
Yeah.
machine. Yeah.
And you just got like, are these infused, or are they just
Or they
regular
just
regular
regular.
gummies? And then yeah,
Yeah.
here's the unknown. It
Yeah, it's
Substance.
was
that shampoo. Is it tincture?
what is it?
See,
Is it butter?
mine was clear. Mine was completely
Oh
clear.
no.
So,
I guess it probably just depended on where you got it in the bottle as they were pouring it
All right,
out.
just
Oh
take it like a shot. Just
yeah. I was saying, well,
just
yep.
here
yeah,
you go,
So,
guys,
like,
where this is
do I
evidence.
rub this on my arm or do I drink it? Jeez, what's gonna happen?
So, but it was funny, man. Like, of course, I think my only real complaint that I had of the whole event was, and this
Is
is going to be
dudes talking?
everywhere. Just the motherfuckers. You're always going to get
Yeah.
those groups of people. Just don't shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Or you're going to get the one smart ass in the group that is like, like, hey man, maybe if you just shut the fuck up, you'd hear him say it and he doesn't have to repeat himself 5 times.
Correct.
Like that,
And he might just get to what you were gonna say eventually
Yeah,
if you let him.
it was really cool. I can definitely see the place being awesome for a cool hangout or something like that.
For sure.
But yeah, they don't really have much control over anything, and from my understanding, it's like a promoting company that actually
Correct.
runs that. So it's one of those things where he works here. He's part of a company that also runs one out in Colorado, and I think they had one in another state. So they're just in it for getting some asses in the doors, sitting down, and
Yeah.
it's about money to them. But it's really cool that they're at least able to get us in a
Some
spot
local.
that we can enjoy, and we can get people like Corey,
Right.
out to the public, right? Because it was funny, like you and I obviously were, we didn't talk to many of the other people, um,
Right.
but we were probably one of the more advanced growers, I would say, that was there. A lot of it was geared towards newer people.
Newer
So
growers. Yeah.
it's kind of cool though, because you hear questions and it's like, to us, it's like, well, that's just common knowledge. But then these are people that are actually asking these questions. It's interesting to think of, how someone that's just coming in, because we don't think of those things anymore.
No.
So it was
Oh,
very
for sure.
interesting.
Oh, it definitely was. And Corey really knows the whole background of not only just the cannabis growing, but just
Yeah.
growing vegetables and tobacco. Yes. And
Yep.
I mean,
So
this is
I
his
got
livelihood.
what so you have actually, again, I'll say this again. uh this man that's sitting right here is the one that I he's the one that showed me this guy. So like everything that I'm getting into is from ISTIG. Like I've learned the soil makers
From
and all
who?
this local stuff from ISTIG.
Here's two.
I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm telling you.
So
I
it's okay. It's all right. I don't mind one bit. You can call me anything
can
but late.
can you give us a little, if you'd like to, what was it that got the name? I mean, I know we had kind of chatted about it for a second, but
Yeah, yeah, no, I could give you a background on it, and it'll probably help a lot of people out with it. But it's growing up, it was just a saying that a group of us used. One of my buddies came up with it, and before I started holding it as my name, I asked him, "Hey, you mind if I just take this over? We're kind of adults now, and it died out, but it still holds with me, and it's I smoke till it's gone." It's
okay.
just the ISTIG. Nowadays, though, I smoke till I'm done because I'm a lot older, so I can't
Yeah.
get through it all anymore, especially now that you grow it. But
That's cool,
yeah,
man. That's cool.
yeah, it was a
No, I like it.
teenage just saying that we kind of ran with, and everybody like ISTIG, man, and
Yeah.
it just it stuck.
I love it. Sticking to the roots.
Sticking to the roots, back to our teenage livelihood,
Hell
when it
yeah.
was all fun and games, and now it's all
Right.
life and pains.
Yeah, but it's still fun that we get to grow it
Oh yeah,
ourselves. I
yeah.
mean,
No, that's
grow.
amazing.
It's something that I never thought that I'd be doing, and especially being able to
Neither
sit
did I.
down here with you guys and be able to, the
Chat
plant is the one that, that's what brought us all together. That's
brought
all
us
our
together. Yeah.
we have a lot of other commonalities, but that's what all brought us together. So it's quite amazing. And yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Have we been talking enough, nerd?
I know
I
you're
was
just
expecting you, like, shut the fuck up.
No, it's been letting you guys do your thing, hanging
Oh,
out.
thank you. Just
chilling.
Thank you.
watching from the corner. That's cool, man. Well, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So focus. So to get back to that, the focus is someone that I heard from you. And you've grown some of his stuff before. Is
Yeah,
that
he
right?
was one of the first like local breeders that I purchased genetics from. I ran into him at one of the events. I believe it was in Hartford or over at Mohegan.
Okay.
It's a while back now, but yeah, he's just a vendor there, and I went up and talked to him for a few and found out that he was local, and he's like, these are my genetics, and if you decide that you'd like to run some and you want to write a little bit about it, and let me follow you through the grow, I'd love to send you some more to grow.
Hell
So that
yeah.
right there was like, for me being a newbie, I'm like, heck yeah, grow some of your stuff and then get some more to grow for free.
Let's
Like,
do it.
I'm not, yeah, I'll get seeds however I need. And all of a sudden, like I said, my seed collection is just ridiculous. So now I'm like, yeah, what seed to pop? But his was a chem cross. It was with I'm gonna mess up this name, but I believe it was Tazar, which I think was one of his
Hmm.
own genetics that he crossed into it.
Okay.
And I've just always been a really big fan of Chem, and actually got to meet Chem Dog about a year and a half ago at another event up in Mass over at where he's doing his growing now for
Oh, no kidding.
one of the local places out there. Yeah, yeah,
No kidding.
Johnny Danko and what's his name? I cannot think of the other guy that does that podcast with him. It
Hmm.
was one of the first people I got into. I have his book. Ugh, naturally, I have everybody's book. It was Danny Danko,
Hey.
that's his name.
Okay.
And like he was one of the first podcasts I started listening to and trying to learn more about everything and the whole culture of growing and the back
Yeah.
vibe, because again, I even though I was into it, I wasn't really in the culture. I kind of like it was like it was underground, I just thought
Yeah.
of it as like voodoo, and I went about my business. I was like, yeah, there's the stuff I like to smoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that I'm older and I got to learn more about it, and I'm not just out running the wild life of the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
time to
It's
actually
much
learn
safer
stuff.
just to grow it yourself and just stay to yourself with it.
Yeah,
Much
yeah, for
safer.
sure. No, for
That's cool,
sure.
man.
But yeah, so Corey's genetics are definitely killer. I know I'm jumping around a little bit here.
It's all right. That's all right. I think we're all smoking, we're all chatting. I know it's easy to get lost.
Definitely, especially I smoked a little rolled up blend of, let's see, what was this morning? It was FX3 from Soulfire mixed with some of the Drowsy Laboca, I believe.
Oh shit.
So that
Okay.
was a really nice like blend to one minute I'm up and one minute I'm down. You know?
I ended up rolling up a couple joints of I again this is your stuff. The
uh,
TWV1.
yeah, that would be the Tropical Whiz Volume One.
That's it. It's good.
Yeah, yeah, that was
It's good.
another fun one. I mean, another one of my first autos. I didn't, I always heard about the lowriders and like all these things about like autos just not having it, and I
Yeah.
think jumping in with you was the first time. Again, it's that was like my, hey, I think I'm gonna try out an auto
Okay.
and give it a shot and see how these things go. And it was,
Now, was that the one that we did with the your average grow along? Is that the one we grew together? Because I remember we grew from the same
yes,
pack, right?
yes, that was oh, now I can't even think of which one it was. That was
That was
not
just the night owl grow along.
Yeah, I believe it was. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
done so many now in the last like year and a half. It's like everyone's like, "Hey, here's another grow along." I'm like, "Oh God, where am I going to put this one?"
There
Especially
are a
with
lot of
10-gallon freaking pots. It's like I got no room.
speaking of grow alongs, we're over on Grateful Nerd. This is the official announcement. I finally got everything out. We're all gearing up, and I had mentioned in the Discord that I was thinking we would start December 1st, but I think we're going to go ahead and do our official start date. I would like to do December 7th. And I'm gonna do it kind of how I remember my first grow along. Shout out to Mama Q. I know she probably there's not a chance that
Mama
she's
cute.
listening to this, but she was the one that actually I first did a grow along. I first learned. I first got my hands on it, and she actually held my hand and your other half's hand, and we all did our first grow along together. And that's over a year ago now. and I was bit by that mycology bug. So I knew that I would love to host another one sometime, or I would love to host one. So here we go, December 7th. We're officially doing it, and I think what we'll do
Nice.
is we'll do the give a window, because I know everybody's not going to be able to, stop whatever you're doing and do that exact date. But I'd like to do a week, so you'll have a week after the 7th to, ideally, if you can't, you can't. I'm not going to, run it real tight. I want, and if you don't have the genetics that I did the multiplying of, and you still want to take part, start some inoculate some grain and join in with us, and we'll see how it goes. So December 7th, a
That is
week out.
awesome.
Let's go.
Heck yeah, man. Congrats on the first grow along.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's I want to do something a little different, so we'll try it.
Heck yeah. Oh, it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, dude.
Definitely. This is when I'll be on the sidelines, but I definitely will be involved.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, she I know your lady likes to, she, like I said, that was the first we did our first grow along together, and that was her first time ever
That was,
doing it
yeah,
as well.
first. Yeah, it's something that she said, hey, I think I might be interested. And, she did an amazing job and let her just
That's
take the
awesome.
reins on that. I was like, this is going to be your project. I got
Yeah.
mine.
You got the
Uh,
plants, you got leave her to the fun guy.
yeah, to everything.
There every once in a while, what was it, we recently had gone out to an oddity show. It was, we kind of went on like a little bit of a double date with our ladies, got to eat something. My wife, oh, you can't see it, that weird
All the
alligator head
fox,
doll.
alligator. Yeah.
You got a cool book there, I remember.
Yeah. So did you?
Yeah, they got a what was it? It was about hallucinogenics.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like a
Fits perfect.
old book from like the 70s or something like that. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you know
Same.
what? This is what I do though. So let me tell you, I'll see something like this and I'll be like, oh, cool. Oh, now something else I can spend my money on and collect, and something that I'm never like, it's just
Ever
gonna
going to
be put
look
on the
at.
shelf.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, perfect. I will collect old drug books now. It's a new thing, guys.
Yep. Mine's a
That's
little
awesome.
hard to get in there. Yeah. But that's the one I found. Same. The old Sensimilla book. I
That's
was like,
awesome,
that's
dude.
freaking wild. It's 2 years older than me. So it's from the 70s. It's pretty cool.
That's
It's got
yeah.
some
When you
nostalgia in it. I touch it and I almost feel like all the generations of hippies. It's pretty neat, along with probably whatever psychedelics they were using.
right.
Yeah, you gotta like lick the back cover or something. See if you get high off
That's great.
That would be wild.
It is too funny.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, that was a good time, and that was one that you found. You're like, hey, you got any interest in checking out this oddities? And I was like, I think my girl will really be into that. And sure
Yeah,
enough,
yeah.
she was like, yeah, I'm down. Let's go check it out. And the women hit it off pretty good. They're into the same stuff, so that worked out great.
Thank
Yeah,
God. That would
thank
have been
God.
god awful if we
Yeah,
were just
yeah.
like, nope, can't fucking stand each other. That
That
would have
was
been a
the
real
other
bummer.
time was what was it up at Mohegan we met up, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we went
for a quick.
to, what was
I'm trying
that?
to remember which one that one was. That yeah,
Oh,
jeez.
there was a,
Oh, that
was that
was
when we went to
another
go see
cannabis expo.
Can? We
Yep, that
met
was a can.
yep. So we met Master Yoda up there, if I remember
Yep,
correctly. Yeah.
yep, that was the Boston trip. Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
where we met. Yeah,
What
because
was
he
no
worked that one, that can, right?
yeah, but no,
Oh
the
no, no,
first one, that first one we went to,
jeez,
that was when I first met
that's right.
Don.
Yeah, that's right.
With
We got
Master
to hang out with
Yoda.
Master Yoda twice. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, cool guy. We'll have to
Definitely.
get him on here to talk. I know he's super busy. He's doing all kinds of things, so
Yeah, it's that time of year for him.
yeah.
We recently put out 3 tutorial videos over the past week.
Awesome.
So we put out how to top dress autoflowers, how to sex regular seeds, and how to make a bokashi bin.
Yeah.
Which
That
second
was
one,
cool. It's so I did my first the bokashi bin, right? Because it's got that little little valve on there. I emptied it out for the first time, and I was expecting it to smell really fucking bad, and it just smells like fermented stuff. It actually is not that bad. So I'm gonna shut it down, and then we'll bring some down for the worms to eat on, and we'll go from there. Do you run a worm bin or anything? Have you gone down
I
that
do
rabbit
not.
hole?
Not yet.
Oh
No.
man,
No.
you
That's
got to.
it's in the future, but maybe about a season or two out.
Okay,
A couple
yeah.
other projects I got to get done that I promised the better half that I would do before I would add any more kinds of experimental fun for myself.
There you go. That's great. Yeah,
So
but
some yard work I got to finish up.
well, do it. You got to
But
do it,
yeah,
man.
yeah, no, I've got some from you, which I still have some of that left.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
first time
yeah,
we met, you hooked me up with that, I believe too.
yeah, yeah. I
You
get
gave me a bag of your own
all those worm
mixture, and I was trying to
castings
remember
and
what the other one was. Yeah, oh, the bucket, which I haven't gotten to run yet either. That
oh, the grow
grow
bucket with
bucket,
yeah,
yeah,
dude. I know you like your your large gallon pots, but man, those little sip systems are pretty crazy.
yeah.
Pretty
I've been going
crazy.
back and forth, and I've been looking a lot at the auto pots, and but for what I run and what I'd have to do, I'd need like an 8 pack of the XLs, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a
And
little
then
bit to say, am I gonna like it?
speaking of the sexing video that we had just put out,
Excuse me.
I yeah. Um, but you're so I remember talking with you because I had just made those seeds and you're like, yeah, I haven't run regulars yet, and I didn't know if I wanted to get into it, and now you're growing your first regulars. They're not mine,
Yeah,
but
no,
they're
they're not yours yet.
you joined in over at the cultivation conversation,
In
their
joint
joint Discord. Yeah.
custody. Yeah, yeah, yes. I was, I've looked at joint stuff for a while, and when he went on to a cultivation conversation, it was talking about this whole next drop. I had to listen to it like 3 times, and like every time, I'm just like, I'm gonna end up doing it. I'm gonna end up doing it, and it's just like, yeah, I'm doing it. Before I knew it, I was ordering seeds,
That's
and
great, man.
yeah, I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing it. So I messaged you. I was like, hey, guess what? I'm getting
Oh.
into the regular kind of grow. So what's up with those auto regs?
Yeah, I was like, all right, let's go. I gotcha.
So you are going to be in the mix soon as well,
Hell yeah. I appreciate that,
as
dude.
well as Corey's. You did get a pack of those. I'd definitely love to run
Yeah.
those.
I think so I can't remember if you got I got the Podunk Black Ops F5.
I believe
Uh
those are the
is that
same. I got,
okay,
yes.
cool. I'll have to get some out to you nerds so you can give them a try. I'll have to send you the link to it. So it's pretty interesting. I think he
Yeah, that
said
was
it
some
was
dark colored purple nugs.
he said it
Oh
does
damn.
really good in the resin department, but it's so it'll be awesome to hear him talk sometime about it. But being able to like I guess he did this one more for like it does really good rosin production. It's a little bit more of an area bud structure, so it's got that surface area. So it'll be really interesting to see, especially with an
And I'm more
F5. I think
sandy of the trichomes, so it's good for
yeah,
pressing. Yeah.
I'm excited. It's definitely seems like it's definitely a more on the broadleaf spectrum than I necessarily would usually go with, but
Go down that
I'm
road. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So that'll be cool, man. We'll definitely have to plan a time. Probably in another
for
month or
sure.
so, I'll be able to start it.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, late January, maybe
Hell yeah.
somewhere around there at the beginning of the year.
So speaking of auto regs, I popped 22 of your seeds yesterday.
Oh no, really?
Dude,
Dude, that's gonna
Yeah.
be awesome.
wow.
I'm so excited. So let's so we might as well why did you end up having to pop 20 20 of them or whatever it was? Yeah. What happened?
Shoot.
What's brought us to this meeting right here?
So I spent the past month and a half just running your seeds. I was running
Yep.
them. I had 4 1 gallons that I was running 2 seeds at a time in, and then I had a 5 gallon that I was running 4 seeds at a time in. and just
Okay.
trying to get them all down to one female.
Yeah.
And then, so in this tent, it's a 2x4. I got the replacement AC fans,
Okay.
and so the new fans are in my 4x4, but I was using one of the old ones, and it actually like broke. And then it was during like the busy part of my work week, so then like a day and a half later, I go to water it, and like the fan's been off for mad long, and then I started getting some PM. So I ended up resetting the whole tent and washing it. But at the same time, a friend of the family called me and was like, "Hey, we're not growing anymore, and we'll give you everything we have for $50." So I was like, "Okay, cool." So I ran over there, and they gave me so many like little pots and water trays and all these different little supplies. So I was able to, for bottom watering, I was using a cement mixing tray, which takes up half the tent. So just by taking that out and putting everything on the correct size tray, I was able to fit, I don't know, like 14 pots in there.
Damn.
And then I put, if it was a 1 gallon, I put 2 seeds in it, and then if it was smaller than that, I put 1 seed in it.
Okay.
And I just filled the whole tent with that. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually ran out of your ME1 and your ME2 seeds, and I'm almost out of Yagmi.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll get you
But
more.
so far, since you've given me the seeds, I've run 42 seeds.
And we don't have anything to show for it yet. No bud to try.
Nothing to try.
The two females I found, I had to kill because the tent got messed up.
Damn
So I'm starting over. In good news, I had my best yield ever.
Hell
I think
yeah.
last episode I was still drying the tangy.
Yep. Stinking up the
now,
house.
Yep. But now it's dry. I got like 7.8 ounces.
Very nice,
Yeah.
dude.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
My previous record
Talk
was
about the monster.
right. Yeah, it was huge. It was so fat.
That's
I
awesome.
like harvested it in like handfuls. I would just like take handfuls of nugs off it. The yeah, my previous record was 5.6, I think, with Compton Kool-Aid.
Hell yeah. And now this is and you've pressed it with your new press, and how's that going?
So yeah, I did my first press with the new press. I didn't get the greatest yield, but it was successful.
Hell yeah.
I think I ended up getting like 9% yield or something.
Damn.
But it's good. I've been smoking it. I don't smoke a whole lot of rosin, so even just making a gram of rosin will last me forever.
Okay. It's more so for making those carts and stuff. You're right.
Yeah, which everyone who needs carts right now has carts, so I'm not in a rush to make them.
There you go.
I also have the speed run citrus bubblegum in the dryer right now.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Oh yeah, she was looking. It was that one was a little bit of a roller coaster since she came up, but hopefully
it's like happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad. Yeah, everything. Like the actual buds seem spot on, regardless of how unhappy the branches and leaves were.
Oh yeah.
So I got. Awesome. I also have Dilatov's Ego. I think around day 50 right now, looking awesome.
She got real wide. She's real bushy, looking good.
Yep, I did a little pruning yesterday. And then Cherry Bangarang, I just top dressed and put the cover on. It's on like day 16, but it got tall enough where I could get the cover on.
Very nice. Yeah, my Cherry Bangarang is smelling like what those candied chocolate cherries. You know what I'm talking about? Like you're getting those. Yes. Like that little, like you break it open and you smell that. Like that's the rub I'm getting on. It's
someone's gonna make fun of me for talking about snacks again.
Know your snacks though.
And then yesterday I popped West Coast, and then what's the other one from that pack? Backup Terry.
Backup Terry. Yeah.
So I have that whole pack running plus the cherry bangerang right now.
Nice.
Hmm.
And that backup Terry, I know for me, it pressed really well. And you've had some, I think the both of you actually, the rosin I gave you last time, I think it's the 91 berries times tangy or something like that, right? Yeah, she does really well in the resin department. Pretty cool.
So I'm excited for that. So technically I popped 24 seeds yesterday.
Damn, dude. Look at you.
Wow,
Popping
that's
fool.
popping full ish.
Yeah. Well, I figured with all the regs, right? Like a portion of them will be male, so that number will dwindle fairly quickly.
Yeah. I think with my earth boxes, I planted 4 in each, and then I called it down to 1. But most of them were, I think I got like 50-50, or it was even more like just one female for all 4. So I know Howling is growing out the Drowsy cross, and he's got 3, and it looks like one of them is definitely a female. So it seems that the males are definitely strong, because you had that same ratio as well, where it was definitely more 50-50, more leaning towards more males. So
Yeah. And I haven't tried any of the crosses yet. I just focused on like the main
okay,
strains.
gotcha. Heck yeah.
So I
Can't
figured
wait
as I call these, I'll finish off the Yagmi seeds you gave me.
Okay. Yeah, those are the ones, like I said, I really want to bring that forward. So that's my plan. So for anybody that wants to try growing out any that I would recommend to you out of the seeds that I sent, is definitely any of the mandala crosses, because that's what I want to work forward. So we're gonna have to get you some, dude, because you're a great grower. So it'd be cool to see what they do in your hands.
Hell yeah, definitely love to see how they go. Black Friday stuff. Any cool deals you guys get for the grows or for personal usage or?
I didn't even think about that until you just said it.
Yeah, no, for me, my wife holds the reins tight on stuff, so it's um nothing for me.
Gotcha.
I have to
Yeah, I
pass
had
out
to
on
hit
this
up
one.
Build a Soil for this their first live event for Black Friday and get some of their deals just to try them. I've only gotten to try what he gave me when we went and seen him in Boston.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so I went with, I wanted to check out his organic, I think it's the 3.0 soil, like just
Yep.
dump and go. I'm going to
Yeah.
see how that does with just one of the genetics. And I picked up some of his ocean blend minerals to kind of blend into some of my soils and see how they run.
Okay.
But it was just a
Heck
really
yeah.
good deal, free shipping, and with soil, it's kind of hard to get it shipped to
Yeah.
you. So I figured I might as well take advantage of that.
That's cool, man.
Um,
Make Grateful bring it to me when he comes to visit.
free shipping.
Yeah, he's like,
Yep.
"Hey, can I come over this weekend?" I'm like, "All right, cool. I'll put
Yeah,
an
can you
order
grab
in."
this in order for me?
Yeah, hey man, and that's another reason why I've switched over, because I mean I think everybody knows that I've always been a diehard Build the Soil fan.
Oh,
But if I can support locally, if I can go,
for sure.
shake the hand of the guys that put the stuff in the bags, that made the choice of what's inside the bags, I'd rather support that. So,
Oh,
and
for sure.
shout out to you for turning me on to that, and pushing it out to the community and getting those guys out there, because more people need to hear about them.
Yeah, I mean, again, excellent guys. They make a great product. I'll always have them in my gardens and in my tents. No, but I'll definitely experiment with some other stuff and see what's out there just so I can get a little
Like
taste of the world.
like I was telling you, dude, you're going to be very happy with that 3.0 once you pull that out and you see. I like that. I like their consistency of their soil, and I like their large. I think it's pumice that they use.
Yes, yeah.
It feels like soil that's going to be around for a while. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like it's just like a cheaply made thing. So you're going to be very happy.
Nice. Cool, cool. So yeah, got that. Been on the look for a dry herb vape
Okay.
and decided on one and pulled the trigger and got a Dynavape.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
that's coming. They were doing another good deal, so I snagged one of their products.
Now, did you which one did you get? Is it just like the stick looking thing or
Yeah, it is a stick style looking one. Trying to think of the name of it. It's one of the newer models. It's got a couple of adjusters on it. It's got a wider end like bowl cap so that you can fit a little bit more in there. Um, Also, you can put cartridges in it so you can like pre-pack them and keep them ready to go. And
oh
get
no
a couple
shit.
different flavors so you can just bang them out, and when it's done, you just set it aside and pop in another one.
And then so
Non-combustion.
yeah, yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know, it's one of those like it's mechanical ones, right? You have to
Yes.
actually you have to use a torch to be able to use it.
It's hyperderm. Yeah, they do. Let's see, yeah, right
Oh, okay.
there. But
It looks pretty rad.
they do it. You can either use a torch or they have this thing called a wand, which I'm going to wait a little bit. It's still kind of expensive, but electronic device. You just set it in. The end of the unit, I guess, makes a clicking noise as soon as it's heated, and then it clicks again when it's cooled off, which I thought
Okay.
was kind of unique in its own.
Yeah.
But again, I'm just, for dry herb, there's just really nothing out there that doesn't have that hay taste, basically. It always
Yeah.
tastes the same. And I really want something with a flavor kick to it so I can taste my terps because, I mean,
I'll
that's what I'm
tell you.
chasing is terps.
Yeah. I will tell you this. When I was out in California with Rev, he has one of those ball vapes that he got from Too Tall. And that thing was actually pretty fucking good, dude. Like if you want something that would be for like like I've almost thought about buying one, but I know it'd be one of those things I'd use like a couple times and then I'd just go back to
Just,
like my electric e vape.
yeah.
But dude, I would definitely recommend looking into something like that because you can put it on any of your pieces. So if you got any bongs, all you have
Well,
to do
that's
is
how
just
this works as well.
okay.
This is actually they've made it so it fits with any of like almost any units, but you can just slide it right in and it'll work for
Yeah.
bongs and steamrollers, any one of those devices.
Hell yeah.
So,
That's
but
awesome,
yeah, I
man.
picked that up. My better half yesterday ordered me the Aries from Focus V for
Okay.
a portable wax device since I already have the Carta 2. I'm
Nice.
kind of sticking with those. I like that as well, but I wanted something that I can travel with and not have to worry about taking water out of it or anything else. And
I've heard good things about it. I think there's a couple people that in the community that have it, so I can't wait to hear what
yes,
you got, what you think of it.
yeah, definitely. You'll get to check it out at one of the meets.
I think we had a great time. Did you guys
I
have a
think we
great
had a great
time?
time. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I really appreciate you guys having me on again. It was
Yeah,
an
dude.
awesome thing. I was a little nervous, but I'm like, who better than Nerd and Grateful to rock off my first one with?
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel so honored to have you have you on as the first one ever. So
No offense to anybody else, out there that may have asked me in the past or not have asked me in the past. Today was the day.
today was the day.
Today was
Well,
the day.
I
Yeah, I was
appreciate it, man.
happy to have you on. Your morning messages are like 20% of my mental health strategy.
I appreciate, I get a lot back on that, a lot of feedback, and it starts my day off like so amazing as well. I mean, I'm in
Yeah.
I think last time I checked 66 communities. So every day I start off by saying to everybody, good morning, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful day, or the best day possible at least, because why not? I mean, everybody, once we step out that door, it's a whole crazy world, and let's just make the best of it. I mean, we're all here to enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I have it right here on my phone. It's a weed, lifting weights, Lexapro, and ISTIG.
It's
Thank you
fucking
so
great.
much.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
I like I said before, the community that we're around and just being able to have people like you in the community makes it a better place, dude. So I think everybody around here appreciates you and everything that you do. Always hanging around, always staying positive, dude. And you got anything else to wrap it up here? Any plugs you want to put any info out there before we wrap her up?
No, not really any plugs. I mean, if you do want to check me out on Instagram, I'm not there too often, but it's insider underscore grown 420.
Oh yeah.
And I try to get on there, but you guys just rock it on there. I mean, I don't know how you guys can do it every day. Like I barely get it done once a month. But that is where
well,
I post stuff.
I'll have you once we post post it onto the Discord. If you want, you can drop a link over in the plug channel that we have in the Discord, just in case anybody
Cool.
that's not following you. So
Awesome.
but I want to say thank you again, dude. I appreciate you coming to hang out, and we'll have to do it again for sure.
No, definitely. Thank you. And nerd, I gotta say, like, I've been going on to YouTube and just like rewatching the videos and even the in between like infomercials I've been watching all the way through. They're like just so catchy. Like there's this new one about like audiobooks. I don't know if you've gotten to see it. Like they try to link you to an audiobook to listen to, but just the story for like 15 minutes I can listen to, and then it goes back to you guys again. I'm like stuck in you guys all day long. Like I listen just all day. I'm like,
Well,
okay, next episode, and it's amazing.
surely that can't be good for your mental health. So
It's great. Well, even now I kind of forget that I'm actually here with you guys. Like I'm watching, I'm like, oh wait, this is me. Like I'm not just watching this. Like I gotta actually be part of it. Like whoa, I might just stand here or sit here and not say a word because
Yeah,
I
say
do that quite
hi.
often.
But no,
that's
awesome
why
again. Thank you.
I wanted to give thanks to this week was the YouTube community. We don't talk about like the business of the behind the scenes part that often, but we just had our first 100,000 view video this week.
Rocking.
Just
Fucking nuts. Absolutely
unfathomable.
You
insane.
guys are killing it. Like it's just out of nowhere, and you're just like you've lapped everybody. It's beautiful.
I don't even know what I'm doing half the times, and I look at the
Right.
things that we've done or this or that, and it's like I
Yeah, but
that
that's I
that
mean
was
it's
me.
natural. It's yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you guys are just real everyday people.
I
You
appreciate it,
know,
man.
it's
And
amazing.
well, thanks for being a friend, dude. You're a great dude, and appreciate everybody.
Awesome.
Everybody.
Yeah, nerd. Love to meet you sometime too. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll have
Hell
to
yeah.
sit back and smoke a little and talk some heavy metal and some
Yeah.
Yeah,
TV shows and horror
we didn't
movies,
even
and
get into any of that,
we could
man.
do a couple hours of chatting. Yeah. Ah, yes. Yes,
Yeah,
your
we'll
taste
definitely
is
have to
very
have you.
good, my friend.
We'll definitely have to have you back on again because I know you guys vibe in that same genre of movies, and so it'll
Yeah,
definitely
hit me up
happen again,
anytime.
man. Oh yeah.
Well, until then,
All right,
have a
guys.
great one.
Hey,
Peace.
peace.
Peace.